Hello guys and girls of YouTube. Today we're going to do a quick video on how to change the line on your string trimmer, weed eater, whatever you want to call it. If you're like me, you're already covered in grass. Wonderful. Um, this is for my 4-stroke Troy-Bilt weed eater. But it's also one of these with the detachable heads. I know the Echo, the Ryobi, the Troy-Bilt, a lot of the brands all share the same size shaft that you can swap in and out with all the different attachments. So any one of these are going to be the same. So here's how I do mine. If you haven't already got yourself set up, and you're not already covered in grass, you're lucky, but get yourself a nice cup of iced tea, Coca-Cola, a cup of coffee, your beer, maybe your shot of whiskey, whatever it is you'd like to drink. We'll start off with our little baby screwdriver. Just mind you, this is how I do mine. We'll get our little baby screwdriver and we're going to want to pop these little guys out. Alright? No, I probably should have put on my little... I just bought a little GoPro headband. Figured it might help for some of my videos. And here I am not wearing it. Anyhow, we're going to pop these little guys out with our screwdriver. Tony, I'm still not used to doing these videos. How many videos have I done so far? Okay, so we got those little guys out, and we're going to look for this little push-in adapter guy, right here. See, this is why I don't wear it, so I can zoom in on things here. Okay, it says you need to push in here. You're supposed to be able to take this little arrow here. You're supposed to twist it to where that little arrow gets to that side. So I'll tell you right now, that's bull-loney. These things do not push worth a darn. So what I do, I've worked construction for a long time. Yeah, I'm a crane operator now, but before that I was doing construction for like 13-14 years before I became a crane operator. So I actually take this little guy here and I push it in with my little baby screwdriver. I actually just kind of give it a little pop up. Alright, you see how that popped up there? I'll take it and I'll kind of pop it up here one more time. See, I decided to make this little video because my wife called me at work one day. She wanted to use my little string trimmer, but it was out of string. So you notice how I just kind of give it a little pop up a couple times, and then you can twist it and pull it apart. Oh, see, I don't even think I got that on film. That really sucks. Anyhow, popped it up a couple times. Then you can do the little twist. And you'll see that you got this little hole right here, lines up with this little tab right here. Anyhow, when you put it back together, you do line those up. And that's when this thing will come apart. You see, I still have string. I'm fighting blackberry bushes and hawthorn trees in the backyard back there, so I keep breaking my string off even with these little grommets in here. So damn wife's out there mowing the lawn, ruining my video, at least trying to. So anyhow, I keep breaking my string off shorter on one side than the other. It's really not very cool. See, it's starting to break right there again anyhow, so I'm just going to go ahead and redo my whole line. So anyhow, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and pull this apart. Usually all you got to do is take your little screwdriver right here, pop this little guy out, pull out the remainder. I'll go ahead and do that. See, I only got a little bit on this one side and I got a whole bunch on the other. And I did spread it even. Sorry, yes, we're a little out of focus right now. I know you're looking at my trash pile. Okay, so anyhow, we got that apart. Now what I'm going to do here is I just pull out like a full arm's length part. It says usually what is about 6 foot. So I take a full arm's length part right here. I'm sure that sounded great. Let's go a little more. So arm length over there, over to here. Take out my hand, little pocket knife, and that knife. We're going to cut it. We'll set you there so you can look. Hi YouTube. Oh, I need to sharpen my knife. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so we're going to take 2 ends, make sure they match, fold it in half over here, mark our center. I really should have set you on my tripod, so you're going on pause. Okay, we're back. You're actually sitting in my vise, so it's easier to find. It's bolted to the table, so didn't even bother going to look for our little tripod friend. Okay, so we got our 2 ends matching here. Gonna want to find our center, right? And remember where we took out our 2 little yellow wedges. We're gonna take our 2 ends. We're just gonna pop these 2 ends down this hole. Take the one end out. Take the other end out. keep a hold of your two ends, and pull, you know you got them good. Alright, so close enough counts, but you know, this is kind of how it is. So anyhow, you take your two little wedges back, the grooved edge goes against the line. This side's just hollow, but you'll know which one's grooved. It actually follows a little groove all the way around. Put that back in there. Those will kind of click into place. Nice quiet click. Same with the other side. Just kind of nice quiet click in place. Take the same thing, you take your string line right through the grommet, pull it through. Take your string line right through the grommet. Try not to knock you off the vise there. Pull it through. Oh, looks like I melted some line in there. Awesome. Anyhow, we do want to make sure though, while we're doing this, see if I can pull this back out of there. We got this little spring in here. We do not want to lose that spring. Just so you know, don't go once you have this little red cap off here, don't go tossing that around. You'll lose that spring. Then you have to find it. Ask me how I know. Anyhow, so now we got that back in there. It's nice and squishy. That little spring's actually when you smack it on the ground to get it to feed more line. That's what tells it to feed you more line. Okay, so now here comes the part where we got this again. We got to find our little push button. We want to line it up to that little arrow. Alright, we're going to use our screwdriver again. And since we made sure we got our cup of tea, go ahead and take a drink of our cup of tea. Yeah, that's nice on an 80-degree day. Okay. So we're going to line that up. And remember how we looked for our little holes with our little tabs. Make sure every one of those lined up in there. So far, they all look pretty good. Back to our little tab and our little arrow. So we're going to go ahead and give it a little twist. Once that arrow goes all the way to the side of the other tab, just like so, I'll tuck in right here. Line up with this side. We know we're good. Let's go ahead and give her another spin. So that does get it unspun back around our little shaft here. We know we're good. So now we look back at the tucker. Excuse me. I'll tell you which way to rewind the line with an arrow. So what you do here, just kind of take your little red knob and start turning it this way. I'll start taking that line, start bringing it inside there. Now what I like to do is once I get about halfway in there, kind of give her a little snug. That way it's not just sitting in there all loose. Alright, look at that. We got our line. Trimmer's restrung. Don't go too far in, you'll suck it all the way in. And there we go. Now our weed trimmer is, let's make sure I got you in there. Oh yeah, you can kind of barely see it, but I did manage to get it all in there. Anyway, so that way we have it. Our string trimmer, weed eater, whatever you want to call it, is all done. Just a couple minute video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope it helped someone. And if nothing else, that might help my wife next time I'm at work and she wants to see it. Now she can just look at my video and be able to add some line in the weed eater. Alright, happy YouTube.